A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twinflame Union. In this channeling session, I would be talking about yet another key lesson that is learned by the DM as well as the DF. Most of the times they learn the same lessons, but what happens is that due to opposite polarity and due to the dark night of the soul that is placed at different times for both of them, they learn the lessons, but they learn it at different times. And some of the lessons overlap, but this is the one that one will learn before the another. And the first person to learn this lesson would be the Divine Feminine. Until the time the Divine Feminine will not learn it, the Divine Masculine will also not understand this lesson. So what the channeling is, the energy of the channeling is that the Divine Feminine, she goes through a lot of negative experiences, and as she does the inner work, she realizes that these negative experiences, they are all around her. As much as she is happy and as much as she is deriving strength and courage, but she's also noticing that some of the things are simply not important, but there is a fear attached to that particular irritation or annoyance. And certain type of people, they somehow with their behavior or with their presence or with their attitude or with the way they talk to her or whatever they do, they trigger her. And that trigger, she's not happy with the trigger anymore. She feels that why am I getting triggered? And why are these people important? And who the hell are they? Why do they have so much say in my life? So let me tell you guys how Ascension journey works. In Ascension journey, if you have a wound or if you have a traumatic experience, because that traumatic experience or that wound has stayed for so long, it's not a fresh wound, it's not a new wound, or it's not a fresh new trauma. A very fresh trauma can be healed very fast, and you will see the effect of the, as in it goes away. So you feel very relieved that you will feel in the first session itself. Like one session would be more than enough to release a new trauma. But if it's a very old trauma, especially if it has been with the Divine Feminine for so many years, for some people it has stayed with her for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And by the time she starts doing inner work, because of that one traumatic experience, many traumatic experiences have happened. It's like this, you attract the same energy. Whatever energy you have within you, you'll attract similar energy. So because of the presence of traumatic energy, trauma bonds, or negative energy or fear-based energy, she in the past few years has attracted those type of people in her life who gave her that type of pain. When the trauma was still fresh, as in still she was, she was growing up, she was in her growing up years, maybe she was 16, 17. At that point in time, some more traumas were formed, and those traumas were very scary also, or very painful. So she moved on from those people. Maybe she learned a lesson that, these people are not for me. Maybe it was a relationship, or maybe it was some kind of friends she made when she was in college. She had really bad company. You'll all agree with this. All Divine Feminines will agree with this. That when you guys were in school, high school or college, that was also the time you met a lot of selfish people, a lot of selfish friends, a lot of selfish boyfriends. Not a lot of, I mean to say, even if you have one, because the feminines always have long-term relationships with people. Those long-term relationships only end when she's done with those people. And all those friends that she met, so that's why I said a lot of friends, and then I meant maybe one lover or maybe two lover, whatever it was. Maybe she had infatuation with one person, but she was dating another one, because the one who she had infatuation with would just not be there for her, and she would be like a like a chaser, and the person she was dating was probably the runner, where she was the runner, and she didn't love that person, she didn't want that person so much, but she just wanted to feel good, or she just wanted to be free from, the daily issues that she was facing, or some, of the issues that even you would be aware about. And some of the divine feminines got married very early also. Even that played out. So what happened was that she just wanted to get out of her life, lifestyle, where she was unhappy, or she was going through a lot of abuse, or she was going through just not able to be herself. So she jumped into a relationship, or she jumped into a live-in relationship, or she jumped into a marriage. She felt that this marriage or this live-in relationship or this guy, it will bring her some peace and some, happiness, and she would be at least away from the surroundings that she's in. But it was also a big mistake, because that person or that lifestyle, that marriage, or that anything she took in, I'm talking about romance right now, it was not good. She felt worse, or she felt like just to get this kind of happiness, she has to work a lot and she has to make a lot of effort. Some of the DFs, even if they had a good boyfriend who was apparently looked like he really loved her and he was always there for her, I'm talking about boyfriend, husband, anyone she's committed with, it would appear from the outside that the relationship is very nice and he's so nice and he's so loving and he's so caring. But only she knew how annoying the whole thing was. Or say, she had to work, she had to maybe pay a lot of rent. She had to even help the guy out with his thing. And she maybe dated someone who was even elder to her, at that age. Say you are 16 or 17 and you're dating someone who's 22, 23 or even 25. So that's already 10 years. But she would be happy, this person is making me happy, or this person is at least there. He's not an absent figure. He's not neglecting me. But with time, she realized that this person is always with her. They have nothing better to do. And she's almost raising them like a child, She's probably dating someone who needs a mother. And she's become the mother of this person. And she feels very unhappy. She feels like, I'm just not doing the right thing. And the friends, all the friends who were there in her life, they were all very mean, selfish. Basically, you'd call them bad company. They were the people who actually took her away from the path. Because even in childhood, the divine feminines were very bright. They were bright despite the root chakra blockages and sacral chakra blockages, or you can say solar plexus was there, but not fully there. She had some sort of a, connection, or she was in some kind of technique, maybe her family was into some kind of a spiritual practice, or maybe the mother was very religious or something. So she got some kind of understanding about God, but she was not that, she was not that well versed with it. Like how you would feel now, a lot of you, even though you are in the twin flame journey and even though you have been facing a lot of problems, or you feel very bad about certain things, but you also feel that you are very grateful, because when you were a child, or when you were in your adolescence, or you were, maybe in your teens, or maybe you were in your 20s, early 20s or mid 20s. I don't know, there are different people here who are present on my channel, and I have noticed that all age groups are present on my channel. So that is a good thing. I really, I'm very happy that so many people are connected to this channel of different age groups, and they are all, getting positive energy. All the credit goes to source, all the credit goes to the masters, all the credit goes to the guides, all the credit goes to the benevolent extraterrestrials who are helping us. If you are a star seed, then you are definitely guided by your star seed ancestors also, because you have their DNA in you. As much as you have your human DNA, which you are there to heal, you also have the star seed DNA. If you relate with this type of information, then only you should, be into it. And if you want to check out what is the connection of star seeds with twin flames, because whether you know it or not, but most twin flames have star seed DNA, like maximum of them would have star seed DNA. And that's why they always feel a bit like, they're alien in their environment and they don't know. But because they have the star seed DNA, even if they're suffering, their suffering is really huge because they come from a dimension where the concept of light is very high. I have given detailed information about this. You guys can check out one of my channel where I share very less content, but I do share very meaningful content that can, help people. I try to share, I don't get so much time, but I try to share travel vlogs, or I try to share, some experience of mine. I've shared about Vipassana over there. And some parts of the hippie life I lived in various places with various people of the world. So the latest video that I've shared, 2 of them would really be helpful for the twin flame community. One is, why do narcissistic lovers punish their empathetic lovers or extra sensitive empaths? I would also be talking about how you can become a super empath, because the narcissistic people only heal when they come across the super empath, or you become a super empath, which is what you're supposed to do any which way. So I have shared a video on star seeds, twin flames, and what is the connection of twin flame with star seeds, or if you feel that way, then why is everything happening to you the way it is happening? You can check out that video and the narc video on my channel, the Sunamoon vlogs. It's Sunamoon. A lot of you know Sunamoon is my name, and I normally use it when I'm channeling, and you guys can check out this video over there. And other than that, if you guys are looking for personal sessions, for healing, for counseling, for reading, for anything, that anytime when you feel you need some kind of upliftment, you need motivation, or you just need to release trauma bonds, you need to release really rigid, hardcore trauma bonds, or you want to get a whole chakra cleansing, and then you want to be independent as well after a while, then there are some people who have already taken few readings from me. You guys can be on long-term counseling sessions also, some sort of a hand holding if you need. And if your root chakra is still not healed and you're still facing financial constraints, then you guys can continue to listen to the channelings and do your own inner work as well. But you can always write to me after checking out the description box where all these details have been mentioned. My email address is thesunamoon@gmail.com. Anyway, so coming back to the energy of this channeling, here the divine feminine realizes that from a certain age, at a certain age she got abused, of course, but these things have not left her alone. And now when she has been doing inner work, when she's very aware and she's smarter than before, not only she's thankful to universe that she's much better than before, at least her situation is not as bad as it used to be, because she was not even aware. When you're not living in awareness, you just, these things just come into your life, or they just happen, and you don't know how to get rid of them, and then it starts eating you up from within. The tension, the worry, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, how am I going to survive and how I'm going to sustain. Another interesting thing that she also learns is that though all these problems were happening to her, I'm talking about specifically about divine feminine energy, I'll come to masculine in a bit, but if I don't explain this energy to the feminines fully, then they cannot heal the masculine part in them, If it's not healed within, it will never be healed outside, So please understand this, and I would really recommend you to focus on your own personal development and personal growth and personal happiness first and foremost. If you're not healed, then you cannot heal anybody else. So she also realizes that she was also a street smart kid, a street smart girl, a very, she would not really give a damn about many things. And when she would not like something, or she has, say, given too much in a relationship and too much to the friends, and those people with bad intentions, anyone who has bad company, anyone who's jealous of you, anyone who has negative energy, they will always they'll always make her feel, not initially, but they'll put her in some kind of a trouble, or they'll be talking badly about her. And once she finds out that these people are not good for me, once she's 100% sure, whether it takes 3 years, 4 years, 5 years for her to figure it out, but when she does it, she's completely done with them. She's completely moved on. She's not gonna turn around and think about those people. And at the same time, after a considerable amount of break, she'll also find someone else, like other friends, another job or other vocation, or some other boyfriend or some other relationship, which would again go on for some time. So this is how the Divine Feminine learns. She learns via long-term connections. She used to. Now, cut to the Divine Feminine, who has gone through all of these things, especially runner-chaser dynamic and the long separation. By now, she remembers that part of her childhood, of her youth, or you can say early 20s, you can say mid 20s also. She remembers that part of herself which was extremely street smart, and she would get things done very easily. She remembers that she had confidence, and though her sacral chakra was wounded or root chakra was not healed, but at that point in time, when she had to survive in the materialistic world, she was pretty good with it. Only when she changed fully. And as I have said before also, your twin flame ascension journey does not start when the masculine enters your life. It actually starts much before. It will probably start when you don't have any attachment towards the materialistic world. You don't want to do the same jobs. You're just tired of running after certain things, and you feel that the relationships you are into, any relationship, be it family or be it the man you're in or the friends, you are the person who's giving to them. You're the person who's paying all the bills. You're the person who's paying all the rent. You're the person who's buying stuff for them. You're the person who's taking them out. You're the person, like, you are like the mother of all these people, mother of all these strange people. And you actually would think that why don't they go to their own houses, or why don't they go and get a job, or why don't they figure something out? Like, why have they piled on to me, and why am I even taking care of them? These things happen to her. Or maybe before meeting the twin flame, she gets into a relationship which is extremely selfish and extremely weird and extremely strange. Again, most of her relationships have always looked nice from the outside, so socially very nice, but when you actually look at it from within, there is no depth in it. It's all complete bogus stuff is going on. So these are the things that she remembers, and she realizes that she got out from those situations, and some of the situations were really bad. Like, I probably cannot even describe some of those situations. They were so, like, you would actually think that where is the humanity? Is humanity dead or what? So certain things changed her a lot. Spiritually, she realized that my happiness is not in these things. They're all materialistic, fake things, and I cannot be happy here, and I need to find out something else. And then she started getting very attracted to another type of life or another type of thought pattern. And then she realized that even this has a connection with her childhood, or growing up years, because she was very much always interested into the other side of life, the real life. But there was so much pressure from everywhere for survival. So when your root chakra is not fully healed, then you will maybe survive, or you will have, okayish or a sort of good average or above average lifestyle also. You could be earning good money since childhood also. Like, you would probably start earning money when you're 14 or 15 or 16, and you would be independent. But, it would be all about, survival, not thriving. You're not thriving, you're just surviving. And there are so many people, like, they're always eating up on your energy or your money, or you're like taking care of people, You're like a grandmother or a mother, and you're already maybe a child. So why is this happening? She basically starts connecting it, and she connects with it more when she is in the healing process of the twin flame journey. So this is the reason why I say you must thank your twin flame DM also, because the one person who totally made you feel like they don't want to be with you, and they never give you a reason. And it's after they have had some really intense moments with you. Now, let me give you some signs of the runners, or maybe I should do another video for it. That would be much better. Yeah, so I don't want to digress from the energy of this channeling. So now what is happening here is that with the combination of all of these experiences, good and bad, she has come to one conclusion: for all these bad people, for all these evil people, for all these negative people, all these inhuman people, all these selfish people, all these narcs, and then also it also includes the divine masculine. She realizes the best thing to do is ignore them. When she ignores them, and again, this will only happen when you have really learned how to control your mind. If you're still struggling with how to control your 5 senses or how to control your thoughts, then you'll probably not, feel what I'm talking about. But if you have already somehow touched on this area or this point here and there, even if you've done here and there, then you will resonate with it. So she realizes that I have made efforts, which means there are 2 things that people normally do. They will either fight or they will flight. Fight or flight. Fight or flight. So flight is, you know what flight is. You'll run away from there. You'll escape that situation. But you've not healed that situation. You've just escaped. You just ran away. Just like the DM. It's still there. It's pretty much there. And the other thing is that you're fighting with it. You're fighting with the thoughts. Like you get a thought and then you're having an argument. Constant argument is going on. You're talking to your own self, but you're also answering those people. You're just having a communication with those people. And it's not like you're doing it once or twice. You're just constantly doing it. So during our therapies, during the healing sessions also that we do, I try to bring out all of these hidden dialogues, hidden conversations, hidden fears, hidden traumas, hidden anger, hidden frustrations. And there are so many, because as I said in the beginning, that one wound, one unhealed wound has caused so many problems, so many people, so many bad relationships. But when does it stop? It stops when she realizes that, these relationships or these people, it's just not stopping. So I need to do something about it. So she figures out that the best way is neither to escape from it, neither to fight with this problem. The best way is to face it fully. Just know this is the thing. And then once you are fully aware that this is the thing that's causing me all the havoc, it's best to ignore. Why should you give any attention to that situation or that person that is causing you so much pain and trauma? And now she learns this big lesson that ignorance is bliss. It's definitely bliss, because what is she scared of? The fears. And once she figures out that, okay, if I don't give any attention to this particular fear, this particular thought, or these particular people, act as if they don't even exist, not look at them, not think about them. And again, as I told you guys, that this is where you will need mastery over the mind. You have to really practice. You have to really, that's why I talk about hand holding, because those people with whom I do longer sessions, they are constantly under, my radar, and they are in touch with me. We talk regularly, and because we have regular sessions also. At least 7 minimum sessions are a part of chakra therapy course. But after that, if someone wants to continue, they do continue. Or then, as I said, that if you feel that you only need little bit of hand holding, not so much, then you can take individual sessions. And that is something also people do. Why? Because human beings, till the time they don't control their mind fully, they keep falling into some trap or the other. And then it is the pain and it is the suffering that actually tells them that, okay, stop, this is not something for me. And the more you do ascension work, all that pain and suffering will not be physical after that. In your previous life, you have gone through physical abuse. You've gone through people who have touched you or hurt you or, demeaned you or made fun of you, say, in front of 20 people, So imagine your people are laughing at you and there are 20 people, or you're being bullied, or somebody pushes you. So these are all physical manifestations of your fear. When you get into the ascension journey, then all those fears, they become mental. So they'll agonize you, you'll not be able to sleep the whole night. You'll not be able to think properly. You may not be eating properly. You may not be living healthy diets, or you'll be constantly annoyed and irritated, and you will be snapping around, not to others but to your own self, because the more you do ascension work, you realize that other people are simply a hologram of what's happening within me. I am 100% sure that something is going on in my mind. Maybe I'm not able to access it, maybe I need hand holding for it, or maybe I will figure it out somehow. Maybe I'll figure out with some of the technique I'll create. See, the main work is the urge of changing. That urge of changing has to come from within. Rest, the universe will figure out, which way or which style it would be done. But this mental agony, this mental pain also, she doesn't want it anymore. She has healed the physical agony, the physical pain maybe. And even if there is pain, say you're going through pain, it's not because you're living in with someone who's giving you pain, or you're talking to someone. The pain is more bodily, like you have neck pains, or you have shoulder pains, or you have maybe your legs are paining. In the beginning of the ascension journey, another interesting thing happens is that the pain is all in the lower body. The feet, the legs, the calf muscles, the joints, the knees, then the thighs. Then it goes upwards. You'll probably have some, period pain would be too difficult to deal with. And, though people say that for a woman, period lasts for just 4 days or 5 days, but actually all women know that there is a point where, the pain starts happening. There's certain kind of mood swing is there. There's PMS, and after the periods are over, then also, 2-3 days you take. Sometimes some people take longer. So a lot of women are not even aware about it. Are your cycles aligned with the full moon rising, or are your cycles aligned with the no moons? All these things also have a lot of impact. Like, I don't remember, it's been so long. I've always got my periods when it's full moon. Always, every month it's happening on full moon. But every time I remember when I was not in my, complete self, or I was not aligned with myself, my periods were always coming on the no moon nights. Or before that, there were times when they were irregular. I had no even, I would not even maintain a calendar, or I didn't even know actually. It was just a part of my life, There was no awareness about it, that even this is a very important aspect of our healing, our journey. Because this is a very important aspect of womanhood. That is the reason why so many people on planet Earth, they don't love themselves. They don't love themselves because when they get the periods, the family or the society they live in, they probably give her such negative feedback, or she's so scared about it, or they never educate her about it. They never talk to her about it, that why is it important to get these periods, and why, it's an important part of your femininity, of your womanhood, and why you should feel proud about being a woman, even though a lot of people tell her that, oh, this is important because only then you can give birth to babies. But giving birth to a biological child is not the only thing that a woman or a feminine is supposed to do. There are people who think, there are certain religions also who think that the woman's only job is to make babies. That's it. She is a machine, for them, a child producing, a reproduction machine. Now, why am I talking about all these things is because when the times have changed, when the times were different, when you were in the Tretas, or you were in Dwapar, or when I'm talking about you as in humanity, then because the technology was so advanced, people could reach from one place to another so easily. At that time also, we have so many stories where the women did not give birth to children via biological reproduction. Something was unique, like, for the birth of Ram, there are different stories. One of the, I would say, story says that they were given mangoes. The rishis, the yogis, the master teachers, they gave them mangoes, and the queens, there were 3 queens, they distributed the mango and they ate the mango. The one who ate more had twins, and the rest had one son each. Even in the story of Mahabharata, all the 5 Pandavas, they were not born through biological reproduction. They were all born by some kind of a spiritual intervention took place, some kind of a, combination of energy, because all the 5 sons are basically born because of the 5 elements, gods who master the 5 elements, or who take care of the 5 realms of 5 elements, the nature elements, I would like to say. So these are not just myth, because when the British came to India, they labeled these epics, the Vedic knowledge, as mythology, because they only wanted that their education system or their god or their religion, that should be only of prime importance, and they treated other people as inferior, and they were the superior race. That's when this whole racism, white, black, and all of this started happening. And they went to different parts of the world. They did not just colonize India, they even colonized America. There's so much havoc they created everywhere. Africa, India, America, all great nations, all great continents, all continents which, had so much connection with the nature. Like Africans, Native Americans, Indians, all these people had strong connection with the universal domain. So after the Britishers colonized, they just killed all these things. They would shut down anything, that would be good for humanity. They would even ban the herbs that were really good for health until today. And now many countries have legalized those herbs. They banned it, labeling them something weird or something not nice or something not good. But they brought in their own medicines, which were nothing but chemicals. And these chemicals are the biggest reason why half of the world has gone, into so much depression and trauma, because they use chemicals in literally everything. From morning, the toothpaste, till night, it's all chemicals. Only chemicals are going into human bodies. So all these things also change when the Divine Feminine heals, because she has to ignore these all these negativity in the earth. Ignore as in not give them any power. Yeah, okay, they exist, they are there, but she should consider them as powerless, useless. And why should you put your mind to anything which is useless, which is not good, which is not aligned? It's not aligned with nature. Why should you even look at it or think about it? If it's giving you so much stress, so much pain, so much trauma, so much self criticism, lack of confidence, lack of good health, lack of sleep, all these things are creating, people are not sleeping on time. They don't even take a nap. Earlier people used to take naps. They would wake up on their own. They would, we had this, we still have it. A lot of people do it, but not so many people. And I hope it all comes back. People used to do Surya Namaskar every morning. Just at sunrise, they would do sun gazing. And let me tell you from my own experience, I'm telling you, sun gazing is a very powerful exercise. It actually does wonders. Like, I was very amazed to see the results of sun gazing. It's really powerful exercise, really powerful. It can give you so much confidence and so much positive energy if you do it every morning. Now, coming to the Divine Masculine template, the collective, what happens to them when she is the one who learns to master her mind? There is dire need in all Divine Feminines. They must learn how to master their minds. That's the only way they can win from this dark energy, this darkness that tortures them on and off. So when they learn ignorance is bliss, there's another step after ignorance is bliss. First is ignorance is bliss. You need to learn somehow, learn it somehow. I don't know how you do it. You do it via therapy or you do it on your own. That's not important, but you should just figure it out somehow and try to be independent. Try to heal your root chakra. It's not that, I am the person who's thinking about myself. No, because not every one of you would want to come to me only. There are probably 100 other people or 100 other things that you can do. But my whole idea is that you should heal your root chakra, so that when you heal your root chakra, you're financially independent. When you're financially independent, you will not depend on many people that you're depending on right now. That is a very important thing. And have that much faith in the universe, in source, that you can make money from something you love. This is also important. You really want to heal your root chakra, start finding out things that you're totally it refreshes you. You love it, and don't be very attached with cash. Don't be very attached with the checks. Just know that you're abundant, and if you need the money, if you need something, it will come to you somehow. I don't know why, but I really sometimes feel that I should maybe start a new channel where, I would teach people how to manifest things. Though I have not done it because I see there are a lot of people who are talking about law of attraction. But law of attraction is not that you chase things. Then you're in the opposite direction of law of attraction. I see people, they tell others to make some notebooks and keep writing the affirmations or keep doing this or keep doing that. They put people into some kind of strange activities, and then the people are completely into that, and then they become even crazy chasers after that. They just make it sound like, oh, you have to do this, and your specific person will come back to you or something like that. But actually, if you really want to figure out law of attraction, then it's all about focusing your energy and focusing your attention in the right place. If you focus your attention in source, and if you focus your attention on one love, when I say one love means true love, pure form of love, unconditional love. So you do something that really you love. It comes from your soul. It comes from within you. You don't have to think twice about it. It's just so beautiful. Like, I'm very happy with what I'm doing right now, because when I get the mails or when I get the messages from people who tell me that we are happy, or after a reading or after a session, each time I see a happy face. I sometimes I do audio counselings also, so I don't see the face of the people, but I hear the voice, or they are on my Instagram, so I get to see their pictures. There are some people who only write messages, talk on messages, because they probably cannot afford certain things, so on and off they ask me questions, or I read the comments. Like, there are various ways. When I see that people are happy, at least somebody is happy, at least somebody is independent, at least somebody is now giving all credit to source, and they've started thinking that we are not the doers. We are just here to observe. So when you observe the cause of your fear, you don't react on it, you don't act on it. Okay, maybe you have acted somehow. You did something and you just got angry and you could not control yourself, and you said something in the spur of the moment or in the heat of the moment, and then you felt even worse. They're like, why did I even do that? It was not required. So that also you can work on it. I don't know how many of you are resonating with this, but this is a really important channeling, guys. And I really hope that you guys make the most of it, especially if you're in the final stages of the journey. Because what happens when she learns ignorance is bliss, first step is ignorance is bliss, there is a lot of, opposite polarity energy that takes place as well. The divine masculine on the other side, he is also with a lot of people who maybe love him also, but they are loving him in such a way that it's like spoiling him. He's getting smothered by love. He feels that, he can't make any decisions, or he can't differentiate between what's fake love and what's real love. And this only happens because she's mentally so strong that she now does not think about him. She does not talk about him. She does not do anything that, reminds her of the separation that she's going through with him. She's in a very different world, and she's doing her things. She's doing what she loves. She's also independent. She's also able to make the money or whatever she needs. She's abundant. She's getting it. It's not about becoming a millionaire or a billionaire, because if millionaires and billionaires were happy, then they would not have created all the havoc that they have caused on the planet, actually. You also learn one more thing, that anything which is dark, you should ignore it. You should not focus on it at all. So dark people or darkness, they always try to ruin planet Earth. They are always against animals and birds. They are always against anything which is nature driven. They'll always try to stop people who are doing good work. So these are the people who are under the influence of evil entities, or some aspect of them is under the evil entity. So when you ignore them, or when you ignore that aspect of them, you're actually doing a big favor on them. Because when they see that you don't get affected by this, or automatically they get very powerless even in front of you, they lose their confidence in front of you. Even the divine masculine, for that matter, because when he heard the divine feminine, he thought that, okay, she's just whatever, I don't care about her, something like that. But later on, when he feels that he doesn't feel the energy, the way he used to, and it is a different kind of energy. She's more empowered, and she doesn't care about him the way she used to. Like, she's not hurt anymore. She's not damaged. She's just like, yeah, okay, you exist too. So what? Next. I have my mission work. I have to work on my mission. My mission is to be in alignment. My mission is to follow my heart. My mission is to do what I love. My mission is to make this world a better place. And I cannot make the world a better place until my own world is a better place for me. So she understands all those things, and he feels it. He can sense it. That twins are always connected to each other in some way or the other. I mean, the English name is twin flames, but in India or in Hindi, the whole concept is the concept of Shiva and Shakti, Ardhanareshwar. So when you are in the Ardhanareshwar form, or which means, actually doesn't mean that you'll actually look like how Shiva and Shakti look when they're together, but Ardhanareshwar form is a symbolism. It's a symbolic of the man and the woman into two equal halves combined together. That is Ardhanareshwar. So that is the concept of twin flame. And when you balance the masculine and feminine energy within you, you're in that form. When you're Shiv and Shakti both, Shiv Shakti both are working through you. So divine masculine will feel this energy. And I'll tell you, not just you, but even Parvati, who is Shakti, she has chased Shiva. She went to Shiva actually, and she was the one who made the offer first. She's the one who asked him out, or she's the one who proposed to him and said that I would like to marry you and I love you and this and that. And Shiva refused her. Not only refused her, even told her that no, I don't want to be with you at all. And my wife Sati, she's no more. She's left the world. She has passed over. I only love her and I only belong to her. And please don't talk to me. Please don't come to me. And another thing, probably he said that you're not, there's a story that she was dark. I mean, this is all symbolic. It has not got anything to do with your skin color, guys. So don't get confused. So he was like, you're not beautiful, you're not you're dark complexioned, and I don't like you, and things like that. Maybe what he meant was that he doesn't see the light in her. He could not see it. So it really made her very sad, and she was very heartbroken. She was rejected after all. She did not know what to do. She is a princess, and she told him that I am your wife. I am Sati. I came back as Parvati. He's like, no, it's not possible. Please go away. And then, from that pain, from that hurt, from that rejection, she's like, okay, I will get Shiva no matter what. But when she starts doing the ascension work, it is no longer about Shiva now. It's about her own ascension. She wants to ascend now, and she goes into deep meditation, the deepest form of meditation. And Shiva is known to be very deep. He's always in dhyan. He's always constantly in dhyan mudra, and he's, see all his pictures also. He's sitting in the meditative form. So his meditation, he cannot focus anymore. He's constantly thinking about her because she goes so deep into herself. She removes all the parts of her that were a chaser. She removes everything, that was making her not be in her goddess energies. Because I always say this, that goddess never chases anyone. Never. She's gonna do her own thing. She's gonna do her own work. She's gonna be very happy. Even physically, she knows how to pleasure herself. She knows how to, give everything she needs to herself. And after a point in time, you actually become so asexual that, all the sexual energies, they also get sublimed. You just know it, that this is meant for me or this is not meant for me. The sacral chakra healing is the most interesting healing. And if you guys want, then I can start making some more content on it as well. So when Shiva cannot focus anymore, he's like, oh my God, I made a mistake. I rejected Parvati. I should go back to her. And, he starts looking for her. And then he's the one who approaches her, and he's the one who offers her, and he's the one who says, marry me. He follows all rituals, all traditions, everything. Whatever way she wanted it earlier, he does everything. But it doesn't happen in one day. A lot of you people think that, okay, today I'll also start meditating, I'll go into deep meditation, and tomorrow the masculine will come to me. No. Parvati meditated a lot. She meditated for many years, they say. And they even had an age difference because Shiva was elder to her, So the age gap is there. So when and a lot of people also say, I don't know why, but they also say that Shiva also had a lot of feminine qualities, the way he keeps his hair, the way he dresses up, the way he dances. Shiva is one of the gods who has both energies, masculine and feminine. It was the coming together of Shiv and Shakti which actually created this union energy, and that's when they became Ardhanarishwar. That is the actual meaning of twin flame union. But this union first happened within them. So even for Shiv and Shakti, because Shiva also got into meditation because he was missing Shakti. He wanted Shakti back. He wanted to be with Shakti again. He wanted to live with Shakti again. He was in so much pain of separation, so much pain that, the gods actually got scared of him because he became very destructive at that time. So it was Vishnu and it was all the other gods who decided that, it would be better that he's in meditation. And then it was because of their effort that Parvati was revived again, and Parvati was reborn. And this time she was born as a daughter of Himalaya. Previously she was the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, who did not like Shiva at all. And it was because of the father, because of the family, that they got separated. So even gods and goddesses have the same issues. These are all international problems, guys. Mother-in-law problems, family problems, this problem, that problem. You're not different. They are not different. The reason why we have gods and goddesses and deities is to show us human beings that if we had to suffer so much to get into union and to get true love, then why do you worry so much? Just do your inner work. That's it. Even they are giving the same message. So ignorance is bliss. This is first you figure it out, and then I'll come to the next step. What is the next step? If you want, you can ask me about the next step also. The one of the integral thing to do is not focus on anything that makes you unhappy. Okay? Take the power away. Anybody who has power on you, anybody who has power to trouble you, anyone who has power to, take you away from your path, you are the one who's giving them power by focusing on them and by giving attention to them, or by thinking that they can harm you or they can hurt you. They cannot harm you, they cannot hurt you, they have no power over you, they have no control over you. So on that note, I would be closing this channeling, and I would see you soon in another one. One love and peace out. And thank you for being here with me. And also thank you for doing all the amazing inner work that you have done so far. You guys are brilliant, beautiful, amazing, divine feminines. And I'm sending a lot of love for you.